Coach, what do you think of practice today?
You know, today, Coach brought him inside. Didn't start with the same energy he had, but overall, man, these guys have been working hard. They picked up. We had a chance to challenge them. I thought we got some good work in. Worked some different situations, which was good for us as we prepare for the scrimmage. But overall, the sense of urgency and the enthusiasm has been there. Today got off to a little bit slow start, but again, we're about a week in, and this is an opportunity for us to test them mentally to see where they're at.
What are you really hoping to see in the scrimmage tomorrow?
I told the guys I just want to see focus. I want to see these guys focus and push through intensity. And just passion, passionate to go out and execute. Passionate about being one of the best offenses in the country. Just passionate about what that Tiger Paw represents. And I told them they don't have to be perfect. We understand we're not going to be perfect. We got 7 days of install in, and each day is a new install. So we really haven't had time to go back yet. Next week we get into camp, we'll go back. We'll go over the things that we put in early in camp. So I just want to see these guys go out and give great effort, have some focus, have some intensity, and have some passion to their performance.
I know you probably going to count on the young backs this year. At least one of those guys. What are your early thoughts on them?
Man, I've been very impressed. They're both very, very competitive. The way the recruiting process is, you don't get to go to as many practices as you want. You only get to go see them play one time or 2 times, and so it's hard to assess that. But both of them are highly competitive. They take pride in their work. They both learn well. They're picking up the system. I've been impressed with their willingness to pass protect. I think both of them are very, very athletic. They both run well. They catch the ball well. So the things that I saw initially that drew me to them, were validated. But the things that I didn't know, that until you get them into our environment, how they're going to respond to the competition, how they're going to respond to the physicality. I've been impressed.
How are they different, and how might one be able to help you this year or the other in a different way?
They complement each other very, very well. I think we all know Ches is the bigger guy. He's got good, really, really good straight line speed. He doesn't mess around. He's a one-cut guy. Understands that no cut is the best cut. Where Mikey is an elusive guy that catches the ball extremely well. Probably has the best ball skills of anybody I've ever had. Here at Clemson. So I think they're going to complement each other that way. But Ches catches the ball well also. So it's going to be fun to see how they mature. The biggest thing is by the time we get to the middle of next week, just knowing which one has a better feel for the pass protection. Because right now it's swimming, and we're getting challenged with some things that even Travis has to ask a couple questions. I'm like, Coach, what do I have right here? So it's been good.
Speaking of Travis, what's it been like for him? I know he came in, he lost a little bit of weight, and what's he look like to you?
Oh man, Travis to me has a renewed sense of urgency. I think that Travis is such a good young man that he doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. He doesn't want to step on anybody's toes. And I think that for the most part he kind of just played the background. He let Adam Choice be the leader of the group. And then when Taven was here, he was going to let Taven assert that role. But now that Taven's gone, he's really, really embraced his role as a leader, and just the way he's come in every single day, I've just seen a renewed sense of urgency and a more consistency in his mindset that every day is and he says it this way, he says today's a good day to have a great day, where it used to be, well, Travis, what kind of day are we going to have, Travis? And some days it would be a coach, it's going to be a good day. All right, some days it'd be a great day, but now every day he wants to come in with a mindset of really taking advantage of his opportunity, and he's really embracing the fact that he's a role model to these young backs. And Travis is the kind of guy, he doesn't like the spotlight, he doesn't like the limelight, he doesn't like all the stuff that comes with his success. But now I think he's really embracing it and understands the responsibility, and he's responding the right way.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how is he handling all the Heisman talk and all that stuff?
We don't have that conversation because we understand in our room that it's not about anyone, it's about the position. And there's a standard, and he understands too that it's right now it's talking season, right? We're not worried about what people are saying right now. If he wants to be in that conversation, then he better go perform, throughout prime time in the championship phase of our season if he really wants to be in that conversation.
Coach Sweeney was talking about those freshman backs, their ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Both have good hands. Would you say both are further than maybe Travis and Lindsay were freshmen in that regard?
Lindsay catches the ball very well, so I'd say they're very comparable to Lindsay. Like I said, I think Mikey's got the most natural ball skills of any guy that I've had, including Ellington. It's just easy for him. You can see it. And Ches is very natural too, but you could tell Ches probably hasn't had as much experience catching the ball because of the style of play with his high school offense. But both of those guys are definitely ahead of Travis. I think we all know they're ahead of Travis, and that's something else that Travis has really embraced. Is if he's going to be what he's capable of at the next level, or what he wants to be at the next level, he's got to become a quote unquote third down type of guy from a pass protection standpoint, and then also from a pass receiving standpoint.
Well, Mikey, you mentioned very high praise for him as far as pass catching. Is that something you saw coming in? That you saw on film?
Yeah.
How would you describe the way
And you know, Mikey, and what really sold me on Mikey is watching him play basketball. You know, obviously coming from where he came from, and I told him honestly in the recruiting process, dude, you got to help me because it's hard to evaluate, you know, because you may not be, you know, on the same playing field as some of the other guys because of the level of competition. But I always knew, and I had him in camp since he was in 8th grade, so I've always seen the ball skills. And you watch him play basketball, you see how athletic he is and how he can play above the rim. So you knew all those skills were there. The biggest thing that's really, you know, impressed me with Mikey is his toughness. And I got a glimpse of that really watching him play basketball when he was matched up against Josiah that went to Tennessee. And I mean, he's out. He's what, Josiah's 6'6", Mikey's 5'11" at best. And he just battled him. And so I've been really impressed with his toughness and his willingness to put his face in the fan. Both him and Chez have a willingness to pass protect. They understand the importance. They just got to get work on their technique.
From a play calling standpoint, how excited are you to get a hold of this offense and call plays for all these guys?
You know, that sounds, you know, on paper and on the outside it sounds easy, but really the biggest thing is figuring out, okay, what's the identity of this group? Obviously we knew who we were last year, but we have to come out here through the course of the preparation process before the first game to figure out who we are. You know, we feel like we got a lot of pieces, and now we just got to figure out what that chemistry is. So I'm excited to figure out what that chemistry is, and so far, man, there's been a lot of competition, and feel really good about the depth at all the positions.
What's your take on center right now? I know you exited spring, I think, saying that still forward.
Yeah, you know, Pollard, you could tell Pollard really wanted to. As a matter of fact, I got to pick on him a little bit. I told him, I said, you waited till Dexter left before you moved to center, huh? So you wouldn't have to block him one-on-one. But no, he's really embraced that role. And if you know Sean, you know, Sean's the type of young man, he wants to know the big picture. You know, he takes pride in his performance. You know, he wants to, and he felt like that's probably where he could give us the greatest value. And I tell you what, it's really played off. And, you know, he's probably got the majority of the snaps. You know, Gage will roll in there a little bit, but Sean has really come into camp with the right mindset, directing traffic. Man, he's engaged in everything that we're doing. You know, he wants to understand, you know, all the challenges that we're facing on the practice field, what the right answers are. So I've been really impressed with his performance. And then, you know, we've been challenged out here on the practice field, and he's been matched up one-on-one a lot on the island, and he's done a really good job thus far.
How far has Jordan McFadden come compared to where he was last year?
Man, Jordan McFadden, light years. You know, light years. You can just see. You know, Jordan's a guy. Not many guys have the ability he has. I mean, he can just move people. He's not the biggest guy, but man, he just has leverage and strength and explosiveness. He can move people, but that's only if he's playing fast. And that's what you're seeing. He's playing fast because it's slowed down for him. He understands, you know, what he's doing. And you know, spring ball is a little bit different because he was on scout team all last year, and so spring ball was really the first time he really heard it. So now this is the second time that he's really heard it. So things have slowed down for him, and he's been in Ankrum and John Simpson's hip pocket. Every time you see those two, you see Jordan right with him. So you can tell that they're doing a great job of mentoring him, which has resulted in him being able to play fast and really let his skills, you know, come to light.
Are you starting to get an idea not only of running back, but of the freshmen that'll be ready to help you this year?
You know, we won't know until Coach. We won't know until we cut them loose tomorrow. You know, everything is being controlled right now. Tomorrow's going to be, you know, flat-out scrimmage. We're going to get off the field. We're going to work the mechanics of our communication process and let those guys play. So I wouldn't feel comfortable until I seen those guys in a live situation in the stadium with the coaches off the field.
What are you most looking forward to tomorrow? With all
Tomorrow,
those guys?
just to see that when they're in the stadium, that they can bring the same intensity, the same focus, and the same passion that they've had, you know, the first several days of practice. Obviously, as a coach, I mean, you want perfection. All right, but we understand that there's so much install in right now. We've only had a couple days. Things are piling up. You know, you're in those dog days of camp now where the body's hurting. So I just want to see these guys, you know, give the best effort they can to focus, and hopefully that'll result in some clean execution and we can get a good evaluation.
When you look at a guy like Gage, Cervenka, and the guy who was on the other side comes back and now has worked his way up, how does that help with everybody on your unit that they see a guy like that who's worked himself into the position that he has as a starter?
Well, I think it's just a testament to this program. You know, that we're going to do what we feel is best for you, you know, in your future, and give you an opportunity. And if you put in the work, you know, good things, you'll be rewarded. Good things will happen. And so I'm just extremely excited for him, and now he's in a position where he's a leader of our team, one of the seniors. He's really embracing that role, and I think he's also, you know, helps us from a from a toughness standpoint, he's been on that side of the ball, so he understands, what it takes and the mindset that you got to have, to be an offensive lineman.
Brings a little nastiness, I guess, to the line.
A little bit.
What have you seen from the freshman offensive linemen so far?
Rayburn. I'm excited about his future. I think he's really dialed in at center right now. You can tell that he gets it. Very athletic. Putnam's just a mauler, man. He loves it. Now he's a lot like Gage, man. He has that mentality. He's nasty. Things are still moving fast, and Caleb's better. He's improved from the spring. Things are still moving a little bit fast. Got him playing a little bit of tackle at times. Trying to figure out where the right spot is for him. So I'd probably say it's probably moving the fastest for him. But I like where Rayburn is. I like where Putnam is, and Caleb, I'm encouraged that we're gonna get him where he needs to be.
About the pieces that you got at tight end now, the addition of Lay, looks like Lay's getting a little bit more time.
I tell you what, coming out of spring, we were like, man, Jalen Lay, we were expecting one thing and didn't quite see what we thought, and then you step away and you realize, well, he's playing the tight end position. He's the formation adjuster. He's the run game fitter. He's got to run all the pass routes. And there's a guy that essentially played wide out, and now he's having to be in every aspect of the offense. And so, maybe the expectation was a little bit, unrealistic for a guy coming in the door. But I tell you what, he's put in work, and you're seeing him now. You're seeing that natural skill set. He's catching the ball well. He's moving well. He's fighting. He's tough. You're starting to see those things because the game's a little bit slower because he's worked with Garrett over the summer. He's had J.C. Chalk, in his ear, and so he's just a lot more confident. And so you're seeing that, and he's a guy that hopefully, get back on the field